good team win. We had a, as coach would say, a Jesus moment the day before, and we came out and executed as we should, as a team, as a group, and we look strong. Got more work to do.
Yeah, I agree with Reek. It's a big win, especially we heard bad news about our teammate Key, our brother. So him going down, we definitely wanted to come out. So wanted to stay strong and had a good going in Toledo Saturday. That's the biggest thing for us. We need him. So with him stepping up, it kind of starts with our energy being the leaders. So obviously, if we're not playing well, our team is probably not going to play well. If we don't have energy, our team's not going to have energy. We know that. So it started with him. He stepped up. We just stepped up first with our energy, our effort. And I think it trickled down to everybody else, and everybody just stepped up together. So.
I just felt like I had to step up because he's a large piece of our team, and losing him definitely was a backbreaker for all of us. And I just felt the need to step up, and I just need to keep continuing getting better every day. We just gotta be leaders, like Dig said. Just continue to be leaders, be great leaders, lead by example. And with Keyshawn being out, we just gotta come together, gel as a family.
Same thing. I don't think our roles change. I think we just gotta do it better. Obviously, and then, like you said, we gotta lead by example. That was one of the craziest things I ever seen, like in a game. That was crazy. I respect Weish for trusting him to do that. That just shows their trust within our team. But
That was epic. That's some Harlem Ghost Riders type of thing. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that was epic. Like, I enjoyed that. I ain't gonna lie, I was at half court. I'm like this. I enjoyed it. I don't know. It was epic.
oh man, epic word.
And last question. What did you think of your success in the three-point line today?
It was cool. I think. But I just think that first started with my shot selection, and then also the confidence everybody was shooting. And I always say that just helped me out. But other than that, just staying confident.
Your defense because it seemed like you guys really were, cutting in front of them and had very active hands. And how big of a key was that to be so active?
It was a key because that's our biggest downfall right now, in the season. Rebounding, also defending people 1-on-1, and having to help defense, trusting each other, having our brothers back was a major key in today's game. It wasn't even about the offensive part. We know we could score the ball. It was the defense, us coming together as one and having each other back.
Yeah, I agree with that. We forced them to 22 turnovers. We had 14 ourselves. Usually in our losses, that's flipped. So I would say that was the biggest thing. We got 22 turnovers for them. Like you said, just stepping up for each other. Like it starts on the defensive end for us, like rebounding and turning the ball over. There's the two things that are Achilles heel. So we did a better job of those things.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
right. Continuing the post-game press conference for NIU men's basketball, we have head coach Rashon Burno. Coach, can you start us off with a statement about tonight's game?
It was a game that we needed to win. We needed to have, especially coming off of the 2-game road trip, to Buffalo and Akron. There was tale of two halves. At Akron, we're down 2 at half. At Buffalo, we're down 17 in the first half. We won the second half by 1 point at Buffalo. So we needed to put a complete game together. Losing Keyshawn due to injury really gave us an opportunity to have a real conversation about what we need to do as a program, what each individual need to do within the program, coaches included. And we had a really good conversation before practice yesterday, and we really talked about the things that are stopping us from becoming a really good ball club. And as a head coach, I challenge these guys to focus on what goes into winning, focus on your teammates, and then try to block out as much as you can the distractions that come along with being a student athlete in today's world. And so these guys really did a good job of coming out and understanding the game plan, understanding what Central Michigan would like to do from an offensive, defensive standpoint, and they executed the game plan. This is the first time in a long time, I want to say since Indiana State, that we felt like we executed what we wanted from start to finish. You look at the time of score, we had to leave for 32 minutes and 48 seconds. That's a long time. We haven't done that since Indiana State. And so proud of these guys. They responded. They had the right intentions for the whole 40 minutes, and they played for each other. The enthusiasm that was in that locker room is something that we got to bottle up and something that we got to really try to bring in practice every day. And I thought these guys did a good job of that. So tomorrow, as we always talk about, it starts over. We got to get ready for Toledo, who's one of the better teams in this league. We got an opportunity to play at home. But it's going to start with what we want, willing to do and what we're willing to give up tomorrow at practice at 1:30. Well, they did it collectively. There's not one guy that can take the place of Keyshawn Williams. So we talked about that. We don't need a hero. We need everyone collectively being 1% better. And I thought those guys did. I thought Caleb Thornton came in and gave us 16 points, made some timely shots. Zarik Nutter woke up. He's one of the better players in this league. Tonight was the first time in a long time he showed that. And so we really need him to step up and be the player that we know he is. And also Diggy Coit was efficient, 9 for 15, 4 for 8, 2 assists, no turnovers, 3 steals. Like those guys stepped up, and the bench players, Darwishi Hunter, 3 for 6. And so, we got to do a better job of keeping our bigs on the floor, but everyone has got to do their part. Everyone has to come in and contribute positive moments, positive minutes in order for us to make up the Keyshawn Williams loss. That's what we need. Anytime you lose a guy like Keyshawn, you got to create offense. And we talked about getting out in transition. It also allows you to take pressure off your half-court offense when you get out in transition. And then you can get open shots. Like Diggy Coit I think he had 6 points in transition, 2 threes. And so that gets him rhythm. He's one of those guys, if the ball goes in the hole early, it could be a long night because he can really get going. But it allows you to, yet again, take pressure off your half-court offense. It keeps the game fun. It gets it out in transition. We're not a very heavy team, so we're real sleek. So we got to be out in transition and space and pace to really take advantage of our roster. Yeah, we really wanted to get the ball inside out, especially against their zone. The paint is open, and we wanted to flood corners with Diggy getting to the right or to the left, and along with Darwishi Hunter and KT. But anytime you get the ball inside the paint, whether it's man or zone, good things happen, and I thought we did that. I thought Anthony Crump had some really good plays that got them behind the ball and got them scrambling, and we made the right decision to get to whoever got the ball who was open. Like we had an open play with AP who missed it late in the game, but that was the right read. We had him scrambling, and he stepped and he just didn't make the shot. But we got to make more plays like that, especially on Saturday. Yeah, some of those was ticky-tack fouls, where you're fouling, away from the basket, especially when you play against a low post scorer. And he's away from the basket. You can't use your fouls there. So we got to do better there. Hopefully we'll have Yannick back on Saturday. That's another 5. So now you got 15 fouls to give. But when you're playing competitive basketball and you're playing in close quarters, contact happens. We got the short end of the whistle with the fouls with the bigs, but they got to play smart. We got to understand time and score. We can't just keep fouling. And so they got it, and we'll watch film, and we'll teach these guys more about being in better position, because sometimes when we did foul, we were out of position. And we got to do a better job of being in position and having awareness that we can't use our hands, especially 15, 16 feet away from the basket. That's fine. I've never seen that before in my life. That's not true. I've seen it on NBA bloopers. I really have seen it on NBA bloopers. I've never seen it, and I've been doing this for a long time. 4 as a player, 12, I've never seen it. A kid actually, and he used his left hand too, which was awesome because he was on the left side of the floor. So at least he's been taught to use his left hand. But I've never seen that before. Typically, they'll stop the play. Was no harm, but they let it play on, and Caleb was a benefactor of a layup. So that's how you get this 16th point. Is it? Thank you, guys.